Is it Oklahoma at number 4? Is it Ohio State at number 4? Or is it somebody else?
I mean, it might be Georgia, but if it's me, I'm putting Oklahoma there. Because if you look at Ohio State versus Oklahoma, first of all, Oklahoma's been ahead of Ohio State for a while now. And if you look at the teams that they've lost to, it's obvious that Ohio State losing to Purdue is a worse loss than Oklahoma losing the rivalry game to Texas. And that game was a last-second three-point game here. I think Oklahoma and the Big 12 are getting this reputation as having, they give up too many points. There's no way they can hang with these other teams. Oh, well, they're winning in a Big 5 conference, and Oklahoma has, in the past, done it before. They've beaten these SEC teams in the past. So, to me, it's Oklahoma, and I don't think there's much question.
Okay, Ohio State have a win against Alabama in recent history as well. Israel Gutierrez. Let's go to Frank Isola.
Well, I think it's going to be Georgia. This way the committee protects themselves, because if Alabama ends up losing, you could conceivably put both teams in the Final Four. But when I look at what happened over the weekend, Ohio State was the most impressive team. It seems like nobody wants Ohio State in there after what happened during the offseason and into the start of the season. But that performance against Michigan was pretty compelling.
Jackie McMullen.
I agree with Frank, who does not look like Al Pacino today. And Ohio State, they were so dominant. And that loss to Purdue that you're talking about, Izzy, that was October 20th. For me, it almost feels like a lifetime ago now. And that's how this committee always thinks. What have you done for me lately? If we haven't learned anything about the college game, that's what we've learned. To pin 62 points on the team that we thought was the best defensive team in the country, number 4 Michigan, who they ranked number 4, it's got to be.
Yeah, well, I got to say, maybe we, and by we I mean you, Kemosabe, we're wrong about Michigan having the best defense in the country. We'll take the points off everybody. Sarah Spain, please join us.
I actually agree with Frank. It's going to be Georgia, because, as he said, that then allows them, if by chance Georgia beats Alabama, to keep them both in the top 5. I also think that, as much as I understand Jackie's point that, yes, absolutely, recency bias comes into play, and that win over Michigan was a huge one. I don't think it's fair to look at the loss, like the Purdue loss, and some of their near wins against teams that aren't as good, and make those loom larger than what Oklahoma has done. In my opinion, it's Oklahoma's spot.
Israel, you want to add something?
Yeah, I don't think the committee needs to protect itself against Alabama losing. First of all, they're not going to lose. Second of all, if they lose to a number 5 ranked Georgia team or a number 6 ranked Georgia team, they're still going to be in that semifinal. I don't think that's necessary.
Can I just talk here for a second? Because the Mckenzie Milton injury just destroys me to see him go down like that. UCF, let's just talk about them just for a second. Give them their due right here. Even if it gets the help it needs, is there any path? Can you make the case in any way, Sarah or Israel, for UCF to get in the 4?
I'm going to make the case for them, absolutely. I think if you look at if they get the help, Tony, if they get the help like you said on this, I think you throw them in there and you say, hey, we end the argument once and for all. If they go in there as a number 4 seed and lose to Alabama by 60 points, worse than they lost to the Citadel, it's okay, look, this is the proof you needed. But if they get there, you look at the situation and say, why not? Just put them in that top 4. There aren't any two-loss teams that you think, hey, that's good for NCAA football. I think it's better if UCF gets in.
Listen, you can't hold it against them this week, because they still put up 38 and got the win despite the injury. But you can put it against them going forward if you're trying to figure out the entertainment value of a team without their starting quarterback. And it doesn't matter, because unfortunately the way the system is laid out, even if they get all the help they need, it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be in the top 4 anyway, because their strength of record, their strength of schedule, and the way people view them because of the schedule that they play, because college football's screwed up like that, is always going to be used.
So even if with 2-loss teams, should Ohio State have 2 losses? Should Oklahoma have 2 losses? Should that happen, And they've lost 15% of their schedule is 2 losses. You still don't put UCF there.